right, welcome to the Recruiter's Playbook. We're going to cover 5 steps or stages, I guess you could say, on growing and accelerating your recruiting agency. And we're going to keep it very, very simple today. There's a lot of devil in the details, but you'll get all that from a lot of my other videos. Before we get into that, come and check out the Recruiter Rocket membership and community. All course material is there. You can Slack me questions directly. I answer via video very often. Live group sessions. You can ask me questions directly, face to face, learn from others. You also have access to the Bendigo split board. Come and work on roles, submit candidates, post your roles as well. Average commission that I pay out is around $12,500 per placement. Step 1 in the Recruiter's Playbook is, what is your value proposition? You really need to understand what your value prop is when you're speaking to prospective employers. And I've been on that side plenty. I've been with employers. I've been working with hundreds of other recruiters. And the bottom line is everybody talks a big game. And the big thing that I want to do and I want to avoid with working with somebody is putting them through all these meetings, onboarding them, helping them understand the roles, and they just do not deliver. This happens so often to employers, and they're going to be very reluctant to move forward with you unless you have a good value proposition to move them forward. So here's one of the first value props that you can have is you can offer up a better candidate pipeline. And this can come from a number of different things. It could come from maybe you have a different way to find the candidates. Maybe you advertise, or maybe you're very focused in a niche and you have case studies and success stories of placing those exact roles. Maybe you have a candidate pipeline where you can anonymize all the profiles and send it to that prospective employer to say, hey, I already have these. You don't have to worry about me not understanding this role. But a better candidate pipeline will help them sign on the dotted line. You can also have more expertise with one or a couple specific roles within that niche. And this is really more aimed towards difficult to fill roles. So if you have certain developer roles or very niche, very high ping, like solutions architecture, those types of people, the employer really wants somebody who understands the depth of that role and how it fits into the space, so you know how to go find them. Because time and time again, like I mentioned, they've tried a lot of recruiters that have just constantly missed the mark and wasted their time and made the problem even worse. Lastly, one of your value props that you can have is you can lead with budget. I don't suggest this, but this is really for people that don't have anything out of the ordinary to offer, but you can say, okay, I'm the same as others and I work my face off, but I can beat everybody on budget. Your first 3 hires, we can do it like 10 or 12% in contrast to the 25, and you can save a whole lot on budget, and if it works out, we can go to our typical price. That is fine to do. I've done it before, but you want to make sure that you're getting that full fee, and it depends on the space that you're in. You want to be at least 18%. All right, step 2 is you really need to understand what sales is all about. This is one of the biggest problems that I see in the recruiting agency space, especially people that are getting started and people that are started, is they don't know what it takes to get the clients. This is what sales is. So you want to set up something like LinkedIn automation and email automation. Yes, you want to drive that activity and get that sales activity out there. And it's typically going to take 6 to 10 touches for somebody to even respond to your outreach. So make sure you're getting that activity out there. I always say at least 100 per day. You're getting as targeted as you possibly can. So you're targeting to the industry, to the job title. So it really resonates with a lot of their problems, and they see you as a solution because you're speaking towards, if I'm a director of sales in the software space, you're speaking towards them and you're giving them information pertaining their job title and their industry. But the big thing here is that is not the magic solution. It's going to take a lot of human follow-up. You have to stay persistent with those that express interest. They said, yeah, this might be in the cards, send me what you have and we'll set up a meeting. Or people that set up the meeting and they float off. People that have the meeting and the contract's out. You need to stay persistent with all of those people. Follow up, keep providing value in those conversations. Stay on top of the clients that you really want to work with. Step number 3 is branding and looking professional. This is so overlooked, and a lot of people say you don't need to do this, but imagine walking into a used car lot, and a lot of the cars, they're dusty, they're unkept, but the cars are solid. I mean, the engines everything looks brand new, and it's the same car that's on other lots. There's something that happens with the human condition when we see some of these, there's just a pile of dust that's sitting on top of the car, and it's the same thing in the recruiting space. When somebody doesn't have a website, they're using a Yahoo email account, they just don't look professional. It sends a signal that you're not detail oriented, you're not serious about being here. If you can't get through that hour hour-long space of trying to figure out how to get a logo or a website, which is really easy. I mean, you can go and in your membership, it's included. You can use a template, just get it up in a half hour, go to Fiverr, get a $5 logo. All those little things send a signal and really make it easier for them to move forward when they know that you're serious about building your agency. Number 4, this is a big one and it's simple and it's often overlooked, is duplicate your roles. Duplicate the roles that you're working on. If you source candidates for an hour or even for that day and you find 5 home run candidates, 5 home run hitters, and you only have one role, you can only monetize once from that. It's like going to the shore and finding a lot of people that say, I'm hungry, this person wants a bass, this person wants flounder, and you go out and you find 5, bass, and you can only sell once you come back to the shore. You should just be going out and fishing once and coming back and maximizing as many fish, I guess you could say, as you possibly can. Number 5 is scale. Figure out a way to scale. There's multiple ways that you can do that. Obviously, I always plug my Splitboard. It's been the best route for me as I post a lot of my overflow recs, a lot of the roles that I can't get to on that Splitboard. Other people come and submit candidates and we split the commission, and I'm making money on roles that I wouldn't have made money on in the first place, or I'm posting roles and if they're filled, I don't have to work on them at all. You can also get virtual assistants. You can train them up on recruiting or go to one of those options of, there's agencies that do train up virtual assistants for very specific things, for recruiting and sales, things of that nature. And you can hire somebody full time. But the big thing is to replace yourself on some of those very basic things that are repeatable, that you can train out. But yeah, so those are the 5 steps that I find are very, very important, very key. And the devil's in the details. So come check out the Recruiter Rocket membership. Super affordable. You're going to get everything you possibly need from a coaching perspective, from a guidance perspective. Also have access to that Splitboard. So I will see you on the other side. Go fill out that form below if you're interested in getting more information on the membership.